What is going on? What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Darion coming to you live with another video. It is the Spotlight Sports Talk and the Silver and Black podcast. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. If this is your first time ever being at our YouTube page, I would suggest that you subscribe and hit that bell button to get the latest news in all Raiders news and all sports news. But without further ado, we have another video for y'all, another great video for y'all, where we have the 4 reasons why the Oakland Raiders will contend in the AFC West. Like I said, 4 reasons why the Oakland Raiders will contend in the AFC West. Now, the Oakland Raiders dominated in their second preseason game of the 2019 NFL preseason. Things are certainly starting to look up for the Silver and Black. After the AFC West, arguably the toughest division in football, the Oakland Raiders were at the bottom of it last season. The Chiefs and the Chargers both made the playoffs, and the Broncos are usually a solid team, and the Raiders are often the team that sits at the tail end of the standings. Now, this is really completely different Raiders team this past year we have seen in recent years. Being more skilled at almost every position is not only last year, but possibly even more than that 2016 team that went to the playoffs that year. Skill does not always result in wins, but this team has high potential. With that being said, the Chiefs and the Chargers has been the most talented than the Raiders, with the Raiders having the toughest schedule in the league. Signs all point towards the Raiders struggling. Let's take a look at why assumptions could turn out to be wrong and why the Raiders could contend for the AFC West. And one of them is the Raiders' high-power offense. Now, Kansas City has the most explosive offense in the NFL last season, with Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, with Kareem Hunt on the field. Teams did not struggle to score on the Chiefs, but they could rarely match the Chiefs' offensive production. Say what you want about John Gruden, but he may have built one of the few offenses that can keep up with the Chargers' offense. Derek Carr has thrown over 30 touchdowns before, although his numbers has fallen off. This has fallen off in this system and surrounding talent that could get him back to MVP caliber that he was back in 2016. Now, the Raiders also added Antonio Brown, who scored 15 touchdowns in just a season ago. There are corners on the Chiefs roster that will slow Antonio Brown down if they put much effort into trying to do it. Carr will have to find Tyrell Williams and Hunter Renfrow for other options if they try to double team Antonio Brown. There's no question that Mahomes and the rest of the Chiefs offense will score a ton of points on the Raiders, but it's hard to imagine that another 50 touchdown season. Even if the Raiders cannot keep up with the Chiefs on offense, they should be able to win shootouts with good majority of the rest of the league. The improvements of the offensive line. Now, one of the main issues with the Raiders last season was the offensive line. The AFC West has some incredible pass rushers. If the Raiders wanted to change and win games in the AFC West, they needed to protect Derek Carr. From the players like Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Chris Jones, and Frank Clark. Last season, the Raiders did not have an offensive line to help Derek Carr out with any of these players, but times have changed, and unfortunately, the Raiders will be without Incognito and Jackson for the first games against the Chiefs and the Broncos. But once again, once these guys get back, the Raiders have the talent to keep them away from the quarterback. Now, outside of the division, the Raiders will play a great pass rushing team such as the Bears and the Jaguars. But the Raiders have built an offensive line that has the potential to hold those teams off, which teams such as Broncos, Chargers, Jaguars, Bears struggle to get to, we struggle to get to the QB, and they struggled all around. It's a big task to ask Trent Brown to hold off Khalil Mack and Von Miller, but Gabe Jackson showed that he could do it in joint practices against the Rams when facing the number 1 player of the NFL in Aaron Donald. And the Raiders paid Trent Brown big bucks this season. Okay, Derek Carr's second season in John Gruden's system. Now, last time the same system in back-to-back seasons, the team went 12-4 and made the playoffs. But as much better talent around him, we will be able to open it up in 2019. Carr is clearly not completely comfortable under Gruden's system as the start of the season is shown best against the Rams. And Carr did not have, confidence going down the field with his receivers not always on the same page as mentioned before, and his offensive line was awful. And we going to see the new Derek Carr that we could resemble in 2016. Now, the quarterbacks need time to adjust to a system just like Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes did not play in his rookie season, so that learned under the Chiefs system and it paid wonders. Same thing could really happen for Carr. Carr looked incredible in training camp, and it's clear that he knows that Gruden's system is much better. His throwing the ball downfield and him scrambling is taking a risk, but this is the Carr that we need and the Carr that Gruden wants. Now we need a better pass rush to improve as well. Now, the Raiders had the worst pass rush in the NFL last season, and in the division with the same of the best pass rushers in the league. You cannot compete without it. Now the Raiders needed players, could get players like Patrick Mahomes and Phillip Rivers to definitely get to them by adding Cleveland Farrell, who was taken by the Raiders in the first round, although it took some criticism for that because Farrell was looking like the guy to get the job done. But besides Farrell, Arden Key made massive improvements, not only his game, but his size and his strength, going against tackles like Mitchell Schwartz that could see problems for these two. But as long as the pass rush improved like from last season, we will win more games. There's no question that the pass rush improved across the board, with Key and Hurst in their second season, along with drafting Farrell, Crosby, and picking up Mayowa as well. Even the slightest bit of pass rush could cause quarterbacks to make a mistake, and the Raiders can play a lot of quarterbacks who makes mistakes often, such as Joe Flacco, Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton, Sam Darnold, Andrew Luck, and Matthew Stafford. These are a couple good quarterbacks on that list, but they did turn the ball over when they were pressured. Although the Raiders did not have a good pass rush by any means, but they have improved a ton in that category, and it will help them win more games. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. These are our 4 contenders where you think that we can actually be contenders in the AFC West and in the AFC in general. So my personal opinion there, that is 4 reasons why the Oakland Raiders can be contenders in the AFC West and in the AFC, with a better pass rush, a high power offense, Derek Carr being under John Gruden for a second year, and the rookies. The rookies have to do it. We have to do it and show what we could do against these top-notch teams. But let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is the Spotlight Sports Talk, and it is the Silver and Black Podcast, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.